Welcome to our Fostering Potential series. This is session one, and we are going to be hosting these on a monthly basis over the next 8 months. We are so excited to get started. We want to support Ohio's foster youth from K to 12 to graduation. We're hoping that this is going to give us really a lot of information about lived experience, policy ideas, practical strategies, all for the effort of helping youth succeed in school to post-secondary education.
I started my nonprofit, basically somewhat of my experience, just a little background. I went into foster care about the age of 10. I bounced around between kinship, residential, so I kind of seen a lot of it. I went to 9 different, specifically in my high school years, but I started in middle school. I had to find out this school doesn't have that. Can we convert this credit? It's not my fault I moved schools and you don't have this class. I dealt with a lot of that, trying to figure out if I had enough credits to graduate. As I was aging out, I felt like had I had someone to help me navigate the system, understand resources, connect me with different groups and programs to help me understand the situation. The system didn't have that as an option. They just didn't feel like it was a necessity to make that connection. That was one of the main reasons that I created Fostering Stability. The plan is to start with youth before 18. My slogan is the system isn't broken, it's disconnected.
Thank you, Karima, for sharing your story with us. I'm so glad we got to plug your organization, Fostering Stability. I'm going to turn it over to Betsy Hauk. She serves as the Ohio State Foster Program Administrator and the Court-Involved Youth Coordinator at the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce.
The Every Student Succeeds Act came in 2016 and said educational stability for students in foster care matters. So we need you to work on partnerships. Why does educational stability matter? Because kids in foster care and highly mobile students to get to school, because we know that school is a safe place for most of our kids. We know that it's a stabilizing place. Students who move districts once a year have 2.24 times higher chronic absent rate compared to those that don't move. We're talking about systems not working to get these kids to school. We should celebrate victories, but also acknowledge when we're not meeting the mark. The Every Student Succeeds Act mandates that there should be a local point of contact for each district for students in foster care and other stakeholders. That a best interest determination meeting should be held. There should be immediate enrollment and records transfer. And these students have a right during the time that they are in foster care for transportation to and from the school of origin.
When I came into this role 3 years ago, a lot of our work when it comes to foster youth, as well as homeless youth and at-risk students, was very disconnected. Parma serves just shy of 9,000 kids in our district. The big thing that I do in our district is really make sure everyone is connected as much as possible from all the different departments. When she enrolls a student identified as a foster youth, I will make sure I have the caseworker's information, and then I will email the caseworker and introduce myself as the foster youth liaison, try to identify the plan for that student. Typically, we put a 30-day transportation plan in place immediately. That gives time to schedule a best interest determination and invite everyone who needs to be invited, communicating with the caseworker building team, staff, teachers, home liaisons, counselors, and principals or deans, giving me the information I need or telling me why they feel the student should be staying in our district. I will say I'm lucky to work with administrative teams who want the student to stay here. They're thriving or whatever the case is, and this is where they should be. Very rarely do we move them to another district. We try to keep them in our district. The biggest hurdle is usually the distance to our district. If their placement is within an hour, we look at transportation. I make sure all high school counselors know which students on their caseloads are foster youth when doing college applications and all those different things. They have those names and they know who to connect those students with. So that's what it looks like at the Parma area.
Thank you, Brittany. If we had people like you in every district, I think far fewer of our students would find themselves slipping through the cracks and not being able to get the credits that they need to be graduating on time. So thank you so much for the work you do. Or if you want to get involved with House Bill 25 advocacy or contribute to a toolkit for best practices and ideas that we can use to integrate systems at the local and state level, we would love your participation. So thank you for spending your Friday afternoon with us. We will be in touch.